of the most beautiful and exotic locations in the world, the Philippines. At the Mindanao tribe, Martinez quickly got on everybody's nerves.
You guys spent like 2 hours doing that this morning.
PK throws the hammer away and he goes and cries behind the tree.
I mean, I spent about 2 hours this morning doing that.
I know you've been working really hard on the shelter.
He's not the mayor here. I don't know why he's acting like he's the mayor. A part of me actually wishes that we lost this challenge so we could send him home. You know, because then none of us would have to deal with him anymore.
There's his bag.
Let's just... because I can see that table laugh.
Survivor is the same as real life. It's not... I'm feeling a bit bad now.
Guys, this is a waste of time. This is not why we're here. I do feel bad for going through his property, only because we didn't find anything. Would I do it again? Yes, I would. It seemed like Katinka's not playing any game. It seemed like she's just trying to be by herself, and I thought I could approach her to be one of us. So you're doing good, hey? Just staying out of everybody's business?
Yeah, for now, because literally everyone is on their own mission. I'm literally just getting to know everyone, and I want to see who I want to stick with until the end.
People are coming up with like a hype here.
It's too early, I think.
Aren't you afraid that from the beginning you're going to be kind of like who you're going to belong to?
That's people been talking about me.
Well, you did come up. You did come up.
So I've been speaking to, apparently Johnny wants to make an all-girl alliance.
An all-girl alliance?
Because we have the numbers.
And in your all-girl alliance, have you guys decided who you want to get out?
The first person is obvious.
John is playing this game, whereas she's come up with 2 alliances. One where she thinks me and Tevin are in it, and there's one that is a girl alliance. So, I spoke to Kat. Because I was trying to figure out like where she is at in terms of alliance, you know? And you know what she tells me? They came up with an all-girl alliance.
Really?
Yeah, girl. We need to break them, because they do have majority.
It has to be a girl now.
If it's a sex game, we lose.
Yeah.
We're not even going to tribal council, but look at us.
To be honest, like, I'm very straightforward. I can't lie. Like, you can look me in the eye, like,
So there's
anything
no
that you
girl
want to know,
alliance.
ask
There's
me.
no girl alliance.
Not that I'm aware of.
She thinks we don't know about the girl alliance, and we know everything about the girl alliance.
I can tell you now.
I think you promised. There's no girl alliance. You're not lying to me.
Look at me. There's no female alliance.
PK's paranoia results in loose lips. He's asked every girl if they're part of an all-girls alliance, which is exactly what I told him to not do.
Would you if you girls have a girl alliance?
No. Have you tried to work with girls?
Why would it not work out?
Because girls can't keep secrets and can't play together. Somebody's always after another one. There's no chance. Have you ever seen it work?
Everything's going according to plan. We just threw the challenge. We're going to tribal council. And here comes news that Stacy's ill. And I'm thinking, this is rubbish. There's no way that news is true.
I guess. Stacy, question.
Yes.
Did you go on the balance being purposefully 3 times?
What?
Honestly.
No, I was just dizzy.
Liar. She was completely fine. We could decide to vote Stacey off if she tells us to do so. But I feel it's very convenient for it to happen today.
Third person voted out of Survivor South Africa Philippines, Stacey Lee.
I think our biggest worry right now has to be Martinez. We don't know what he's going to do. After we had a little talk with him, trying to get to discipline him, questioning his loyalty, I think he's going to be very erratic, and his first move will be putting a target on myself and Tevin's back. So, what's your next move going to be?
Quit just before you guys can do that.
Tevin's face! I love that, yes!
Oh, man. This is too bad. I think he's definitely a coward. Martinez is known to be a quitter. He's been talking about quitting since we arrived here. So I'm actually not surprised at him talking about quitting right now. And it is the easy option.
Right now, I'm going to quit because I don't see a way out of this that I can remain the person that I am right now. That's why I'm going to quit.
Matthew Anus. I can't wait. If we can't blindside Martinez, we might as well just blindside his name.
So essentially what you're saying to me is that this game is too tough for you.
That's 100% correct.
Are you saying you want to go home?
Yes.
Grab your stuff and head on out.
Don't you think we should think of something a bit different?
Like what?
Something with Luzon, something that no one is thinking, like, because we've set our pieces up so perfectly. And it seems like we've had this game plan for like so long.
But look at this. We know how the Mindanao people think.
Exactly.
The problem is we don't really know how the others think.
Yeah.
Now, if we start getting them off, our Mindanao people off before the Luzon people, we have less control at that point. Because we don't know these people that well. We don't need people who play stronger than us. We need to take people who we can use.
I've been thinking about this for some time now. It's just been building up and building up. Every single time I tell Tevin something, and he decides, no, let's save that for later. It's like we need to put his priorities above mine the whole entire time. And the game has been very, very boring. And I feel like things need to be more exciting. You want to see a top 3? Honestly, honest answer.
Look, I'm still on the you meet Tev thing, but Tev is worrying me.
Yeah, me too, actually. Now that we've come this far and I've seen everything that I've seen, Tev can be very influential. I think we really do need to take care of ourselves right now. And funny enough, Tev is telling me that he doesn't really know if he can trust you that much. Tev and I have had this pact since day one. We've been doing everything together. As a matter of fact, I've been letting him run the show. And now I think it's time I got on the driver's seat and ran my own show. I've been thinking about it for a while now, actually.
Is it okay?
So, if we had to face tribal council, me, you, and Josie.
Wow, that's a big move, eh?
What do you think we should do? That is a big move, yeah.
Oh, it makes me go, whoops.
Me too.
I'm going to tell you a big secret.
Tell me.
Dana found another idol.
Wow. Tony drops a bombshell. She tells me that Verna has got another idol. What took you so long to tell me about this?
I just needed to make sure that where you were at with Tevin, because I didn't want Tevin to know.
This made me feel happy because it showed me that Tony still has that much trust in me that I have in her. I'm glad you told me. That means we're still there. All right. Should our tribe, the current Mindanao, should we go to tribal council, the first person we're going to get out is Tevin, because we're going to pull Josie in. It's going to be myself, Tony, and Josie, and we'll have the numbers to get Tevin out.
I actually wanted to work with her, Josie.
I wanted to work with her, but more as well. Maybe if this had like held back for like 2 or 3 days, this defeat, now it's here. Like, we got to make a big decision now. But you know, Josie.
Yeah.
Right now we're going to tribal council, and a big decision will need to be made. And I feel like this is going to be a decision that's going to change the whole outcome of the game. And it all comes down to me. It's time that I played my game. He's been keeping me in a little cage, and I've been making some suggestions, and at times I feel like he breaks them off. And in order for me to play the game that I came here to play, unfortunately I'll have to get rid of him. I need to cut Tevin because he's been blocking a whole lot of things that I wanted to do. You know, but I just wanted to know that I can trust Josie.
Yeah.
You were with us. Former Luzon is 6. Mindanao's at 6. The game is going to be defined at this point, and all that rests on my shoulders. He thought he's probably the king of the game, and I'm now outwitting him. It's sad, but that's how you play games sometimes. You gotta make big moves.
PK, what are your thoughts on why you're sitting at tribal council tonight?
I really don't want to be here. I feel like we've been here not so long ago, and this is the one place I don't want to be right now. It's going to determine a very different outcome of the game. The way tonight happens is going to affect the game in a very large way, you know? So I myself, I'm hoping for something different. I want the game to be different. I want the game to evolve, you know? So hopefully things are going to be a bit different around here, because personally, I'm getting quite bored. I feel like this has been the toughest day I've ever had, because I've had to make some big decisions. Do I go a certain way, or do I go another way? So now, I don't know, I'm very confused right now. Like, my head is still bundled up. I thought I figured it out, and I come here and like the emotions are coming back, and it's real.
6th person voted out of Survivor South Africa Philippines.
Nice one, guys.
Tevin.
PK, what you thinking of?
The game.
Are you counting numbers there?
Yes.
And
I've been with Tevin since day one. I made a move. It was all a part of my strategy, and I have absolutely no regrets. I'm counting outcomes. Like, let's say if Tom is there and Shanae is there, and let's say Balisa is there, and we got Josie and Annalise, you know? I'm gonna make new friends, new alliances, new loyalties, and we are going to move this game forward together. Ultimately, for me to be number one.
Yes, I suppose, but...
She looked absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, I think lifting one hip, yeah.
I hope I don't look that bad when I'm doing it.
PK.
Katinka and Berna were like, you know, they were like blue, blue, blue.
Ah, take your blue and shove up your ass, man.
And I was so pissed off because if it was blue, they would have actually thrown us a bone.
Help us out a bit, sure,
you know?
help us out. But a tribe of two.
Is that even a tribe?
Is that a tribe? It's a couple.
It's a couple. I feel like tonight everything's going to go according to plan. It'll be a clash of interest for Tony to get me out and keep Josie, because I'm very pivotal in her game plan, as she is to mine. So if she's smart, she would go according to what we decided to get rid of Josie.
What happened to the Blue Bloods and all of that?
Matter of fact, I'm more angry at the Blues now because I feel like they could have maybe did something to help us today, because they knew that should we come to Tribal Council, either I'll have to go home or Tony will have to go home, or Josie, you know, meaning that they were willing to sacrifice 2 Blues. And they could have just thrown a challenge and like thrown us a bone and sacrificed 1 raid. So I'm very angry at that decision for them to actually go ahead and let us come here. Given the chance, I would eliminate the Blues one by one.
I'm very convicted of that.
I am very convicted of that.
Tony, you're shaking your head.
I'm very angry at the fact that they let us come into this position. And Tony thinks, I know you think it's a bad idea, and
I just think you don't, that's emotion, and that's playing with emotion instead of strategy. Although we're angry now, you know, tomorrow morning we need to wake up and whoever's there left over tomorrow in this little tribe of 2 needs to still work strategically and not on emotion, because if you're trying to now do revenge voting and revenge picking people off, it's going to get you into quite frankly.
Are you a strategic or an emotional player?
I like to think, you know, generally females are more emotionally inclined, you know, and men are more logically inclined. I like to think of myself as a real man.
Because I'm so angry with them.
But then you read me wrong. I wasn't saying we should just take the Blues out all irrationally. I was going to plan it properly.
But it was about vengeance, wasn't it?
It is about vengeance, but vengeance still has timing. Vengeance still has timing.
Well, let's talk about the future of this game, because here we are at Tribal Council. Tomorrow, as you know, in the game of Survivor, anything can happen. PK, what is your future? What does it look like right now?
I think myself and Tony have an agreement. You know, we know that we're going together since day one. We've always believed that we're going together, like no matter what alliances we forge, no matter what happens, we'll still be sticking to our plan, you know, our main strategy. I hope I'm right.
7th person voted out of Survivor South Africa, Philippines. Josie.